Hello from ChiNature.com. This is Mak Josie, and of course, Sifu on Teen Yat Dragon's channel. Now, this video is again our special season on this channel talking about these Taoism, Taoist magic, all the spiritual stuff. And we're going to go back to the review stuff later on when the season is over. So, guys, remember, go to my other channel on Teen Yat Dragon's channel to stay tuned for our future production, the videos on these ghosty things, spiritual stuff, magic, and these kind of stuff. We're going to put all those stuff over there later on. Okay, now what is the topic today? The topic today, obviously, as you can see in the title, is going to be talking about evil spirits. And I'm going to give you guys a hint, okay, a preview that there is and there are evil spirits in this world. But I'm going to dig into the real spirit stuff in the later section of this video. And right now I'm going to guide you slowly, to guide you into this subject, this world of stuff that you cannot see with your eyes. Now, to understand this, I am expecting that I have all kinds of audience coming in, especially those who do not believe in spiritual things, in spirit. You know, some people are like, I'm a science person. I don't believe in these things. Well, it's fine. Okay, you can listen to my talk show and see if it makes sense to you. Well, even without the real spirit, there is also a value in knowing how to deal with these spirits. Not only that, okay, it's like, oh, you have this kind of spirit haunting you, then you need to do that kind of magic. But it's like a pattern. All these things is a pattern. You can observe your normal daily life and see what kind of stuff happened to you all the time. And basically, you have these types of energy going on inside your body. And this energy is not going to be good for you. They are like the evil spirit. They are like the evil stuff. That kind of pattern. And they are going to affect you in a certain way. Now, of course, if you just read some books and stuff out there, nothing's going to make sense because the people who are writing, they don't know that there's a pattern. And most other people are just, writing by reciting other people's work and often knowledge or information from other places or even movies and stuff. But here, you see, I'm a real-life Taoist master exorcist. And I deal with spiritual problems for people. That's my job. So if this is not real, why am I here and doing this for people all the time? This is what I do for my real career. So when people come, they have all kinds of problems, like sickness, lots of hiccups in life, and things like that. Or some people even hear voices in the mind controlling them and leading them to a lot of craziness, like violence, bad temper. All of a sudden they have this rage of anger and stuff like that. Very grumpy all the time. Hard to get themselves starting on doing any kind of work in life. Loss of motivation, a lot of stuff going on. And these things actually are related to the evil spirit things. Not saying that all of them are haunted by evil spirits. But you know what? We human beings are so powerful, we often create our own evil spirit. Wow. That sounds pretty science. So, let's get into the topic, guys. You don't need to know any Chinese spiritual story. You don't need to watch any ghost movies to understand this lecture, because I'm going to put it to the as simple, as human as possible example for you to understand. Now, this talk show, you need to understand some Chinese word and memorize, or actually not memorize, just know these words, because I cannot find any English word that I can replace these with. Maybe one of them, which is the ghost. And you can use Guay, okay, which is the ghost. But I have 4 things to tell you. Or 5, okay, 5. Now, usually people know is Yu, Mo, Gwai, Guai, 4 types of evil spirit. Very commonly known in Chinese culture. They all know Yu, Mo, Gwai, Guai. And then all of a sudden they all thought about we'll think about these movies, novels, stuff like that. Okay, like, wow, all the monsters, evil spirit that looks like a monster, and maybe some animal-looking evil spirit, that kind of stuff. Well, that's not the case in real life. But if you have those pictures inside your brain, okay, and if you also have that kind of problem in reality, like that kind of energy going on with you, then you will create your own visual of these things too, which is something what we call illusion. But there's also the real stuff that can happen and the real thing that can haunt you. Now, why are they there and how are they created? Let me explain what these words means and you'll start to get it. Okay, now you got to understand that human being, we are like we are like a machine. We are like a system. This system right here, okay, you cannot see it down below. Okay. what our job is when we are born. Every human has the same kind of job in nature. We are a processor. We are a processor of nature. We are not like those computer chip kind of processor, you know, we're not like that kind of processor. But this kind of processor is, we have to use the top, okay, this is the top part. The top part, what it does is to interact with this world, to look and observe and to think, okay, so your job mainly is to, like a sensor, okay, and then you look around and think, okay. First thing you do, everyone does it when you are born, is eat. Mum. You want the mum, okay? So everyone wants food. If you don't eat food, you're going to die. No matter what religion you're in, you still eat food, right? Everyone needs to eat and drink. Okay, that's basic of life, basic of human being. We all eat. Now, when you eat, the food goes from here and down to your what we call the middle system. This system right here, okay? Right here. Now, this here is to process the stuff that you intake, and not only the digestive system to break down the food and stuff, but also it's responsible for absorbing the stuff from inside and then nourishing your body. And this system also pumps, like the blood and stuff, also pumps and keep your body going. And then whatever is below, the intestine and stuff like that, all those stuff below is responsible for the later stage, which is to make your poop and let you poop and pee and output whatever you don't need in your system right here, okay? Your whole system don't need those stuff. Then you give the stuff back to nature. Now, nature don't need your chicken, don't need your pineapple and stuff, because that's what nature created, okay? Nature give birth to these things, you take it, you give something that the nature needs. What nature needs? Well, to be honest, nature needs your shit. Okay, you need to poop, you need to pee, all these things go back to nature, and nature needs those stuff. Okay, so when we finish with our part in nature, we eat and stuff. Okay, we're done with our job. And these things get out of our system and now goes to the nature. Nature takes it and it can grow other things out of it. For example, like, look at it. If you put those things into your farm, the soil is going to give you better vegetables, fruits, whatever, okay? And it's going to be a good cycle, right? That's how the cycle works. Now, not everyone's poop is now going back to the farm, but like eventually they will all go to one place and cycle in nature, okay? That's the basic operation of the system. So if you analyze the three parts, major parts of our system, we can understand these evil spirit. And then you're like, huh? What? What does evil spirit have to do with it? Now, the most important thing is that you need to know, okay, in Taoism, Taoist magic, all the words, all the stuff, it's all a principle, like a pattern, okay? So if you understand a pattern, the same pattern actually happens from here to here and to here, and it repeats It's like saying, because this pattern happened in world A. Now world B, something that corresponds to this subject will have the thing happen again. It's very, very interesting. Look at your house, okay? It's like saying this. Because the father and mother act like so. Later on, correspondingly, the kids will have such and such and such effect. It's not like, okay, the father and mother today, they argue. And then right after that, the kids will argue with someone. It's not like that. Sometimes there are different stuff that can happen. But the same pattern will happen. The pattern, okay? It takes a long time to understand this principle, even if you're learning in my lineage. But then, here you go, okay? It's like a pattern. If you understand a pattern, then you understand how this applies to other things. Now, right here we have our three system. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now this is the top, middle, bottom system. Okay, common term. Good. Now the 4 types of evils: you, mo, guai, guai. You, okay, the first type. I can call this like the premature elements going into a department or one system right here. Now what is the you? The you is like this. When you have a piece of chicken and you want to eat that thing. Now you eat it, usually what happens? The top have to process the whole piece of chicken thoroughly. Like you have to chew, you have to break it down, you have to swallow, and then slowly it goes down here and it gets breaks up, and finally that piece of chicken is inside here with it broken down form, right? So then your stomach will like it and know how to digest. Now the you is when this is prematurely goes down to here. Okay, that's what happened. This is the pattern of you. It's a premature thing that didn't get processed enough, and it didn't develop into the form yet, and it just pooped right down to here. And same thing, you know, if this system is supposed to finish and give its finished product to the intestine, and then somehow the intestine got something that is not processed fully by the stomach yet, then that is the you of the system. See, it just, you know, one department below, you look up, and that's the perspective, okay? So that's what happened. You is those kind of premature products like that. Okay, so they're supposed to keep on developing and keep on processing, going through the process, and then come out as this form. Now, if they're not done yet and they came out, then we categorize those as you. Okay, you. Now, you, their energy, in terms of their light color in energy, are often green when we see them. That is because they are corresponding to the 3rd and 4th stages in growth in nature. There are 9 stages in our theory. So they are around the 3rd and 4th stages. The 3rd stage is when the energy gets to the gamma green color. It's like like the cabbage color, okay? Like that kind of stuff. And then the 4th color is a very dark leafy green color. So usually the you is around that kind of color. And so this is the light, the energy, pre-heaven energy color of you. Now, as you see, we use this eating example, okay? So if you swallow and you always have things not processed enough, it goes right down here. Okay, your stomach feels painful, and you will have issues digesting these stuff, because this is not responsible for breaking up things, making them into like putty, that kind of stuff, right? It's supposed to do other things here. So this guy cannot work with it, and maybe it will come here, like go right down here in an other form that is even harder for the intestine to finish its job. So as you can see, if the you comes from here and down to here, it will just keep on going and giving problems to the other departments below it. Now, this is the example with your eating example, okay? But the same kind of pattern can happen in life all the time if you have this you problem. It's a premature leak kind of thing. So say if you are going to work and stuff like that, okay, going to work. What happened if you have you, that kind of energy issues, like this kind of pattern? If you, what happened is you always leaked your project before it's ready, or something will come out of your mouth before it's processed. It's like you have some stuff that is not really processed right here yet and not ready yet for the outside to listen, and then somehow you said it out already. This is what we call in Chinese is yu yin wak zhong, meaning that you always speak before it's matured inside, before it's done inside. And now you're using these immature words to trick the audience, to trick people, to fool them. That's what this word means, yu yin wak zhong. And the same type of pattern for this yu can happen in your life in many, many different ways. Just like I said, you know, when you're working at work and you always said something that is not processed right here, that's a big problem. If you're having, let's say, a big company, people are discussing about, you know, the future this year, and do you have any suggestions, something like that. Now, if you have a lot of you energy in you, what happened? Now, the similar word, yao. Yell out. You always want to speak out. You always want to be the center of attention. Your mouth is like shit coming out of your mouth. It's like anything will, you just want to speak. You don't know why. You cannot control yourself. You just want to do stuff, speak, always like that. You always want to output your stuff and let people hear you. You don't know why. You just do it. And that is one big issue. At work and even being a father or mother, it's a big issue. If you always have this you kind of property with your action, and imagine you're going to teach your kid, you're going to really have issues like that, okay? So it's not a good thing to have, and that's why it's evil, because it's going to damage your normal processing pattern, and it's basically like a leak. Okay, so if you have a lot of you issue at home, what kind of things can happen at home? Like not with you, but at home. If your house is full of eunergy, you know, the you energy. So what happened with your house is you got leaks everywhere. You may have a lot of stuff that is not ready and always staying there as a not ready form. For example, if you have things at home and it's always not done, and then somehow you just expose it, something like that. Pipes leaking, you know, maybe electronics not working well because they're not connecting properly. Things like that. A lot of things like that can happen. And you deals with, when it deals with the top system right here, it always mess up your brain, your pattern of thinking, and it gives you weird logic. It makes people so weird. So like their thinking is very, very screwed up. You can see that they will be very like doing things that is trying to escape from reality, trying to hide themselves from reality, that kind of stuff. And it really messed up their internal processing with their thinking, the brain, the pondering process. Now, with this problem, you will also have issues with saving stuff into your system. Because there's a leak, okay? There's a leak, premature leak, right? Now, if there's a leak, it means that, you see, if this is the pipe, you got a leak, the pressure is not here. The pressure is leaking. So you cannot really suck in things because it keep on leaking right here. It's not, you're not going to build up enough pressure to suck in stuff. Now, the same kind of theory goes to your normal daily life. If you have this eunergy, you have issues putting things into your system, or even like say issues with earning money or saving money, you will be a big spender, always leaking out stuff. You see, you always want to spend money, spend money on useless things, on things that will just leak it out for no reason. You know, things like gambling, maybe buying some very expensive stuff just to have fun, something like that, and you have issues with your money like this, because it's the same pattern. You can see, right? Same pattern. It applies to everything in life. Okay, so we understand the you issue. Now let's get on to the second topic, more. More is a very common word, because we use that word for the magic tricks. Mo shut in Chinese, mo shut. And people do not know that this is actually the same pattern with the real meaning of mall. Now, what happened with mall? Mall is not like the mall you walk in and shopping, okay? This is another type of mall. This mall, what happened is, the main thing you need to spot is it got a dual process going on, creating some finished product together. Like in magic tricks, okay? You see something going on right now here, okay? The lady goes into the box and got chopped and stuff, okay? Something like that. And then at the same time, a second process is in progress together. So you see the lady go in and then into the box, but hiddenly inside you don't see this process going in. Is, oh, there's some stuff changing, the boxes swapping stuff, whatever it is, okay? So something that is not seen is also happening at the same time. You got two processes happening at the same time to produce one final result. That is going to be an issue. Because you know what happened? Now, if we take this to let's say your body right here, that system of your body, okay? If you have more issue, what happened? It's like at the same time your body is trying to do one thing, and outside you always do another thing to make it not able to properly function. For example, like say little kids, you see this happen all the time, okay? They just ate and they're supposed to sit and digest and stuff like that, okay? So everyone knows, after you eat, don't go running, jogging, and do all that crazy stuff, right? Sit down, rest a bit, maybe walk, mild walking, stuff like that. It's fine. But you don't jump and hop around, right? Now, if you have more issue with your kids have all these monergy, okay? What happened is, while they're done eating, okay, their system is trying to digest and stuff. That is process one. Now the process two will start right away. At the same time, they will want to run around, hop around, do a lot of physical things that is almost the opposite of what this thing is trying to do inside. And they're like both trying to finish the work together, which is impossible. Okay, we're not like magic tricks, okay? Human beings don't work like that. They cannot do two things and create a magical result like that, okay? So what happened is, if the kid is walking around, jumping around, hopping around, doing crazy things, and they're eating at the same time, now that's a big problem. And other problem can be they're eating, okay, and then these people, all of a sudden, they want to do something else while they're eating. Like, they can't really just do one thing at a time. They have to do two things, you know. Okay, let's eat, and then while we eat, we'll be doing singing, and then we'll be doing other kind of stuff. You know, watch TV, we'll be gambling, doing poker while we eat. They can't stick to just eat. You know, there are people like that in the world. They can't just sit down and eat the meal. They have to do a few things together. You know, it's kind of weird. If your energy is flowing well, you can see if our body is flowing well. Okay, what happened is you do one thing at a time. You look, you eat. After you eat, it goes down, and then done all the way down. Okay, like that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. That's how normal human being operates. Now, if you have a lot of monergy or your energy is pretty screwed up, it doesn't work like that, then you will love to have this kind of lifestyle with a lot of like multitasking and stuff like that. You know, you have to watch something and then do another thing and then do this thing and then eating together. You can't stick to one thing, okay? Not saying that if you're watching my YouTube and you're eating a dinner, that's fine. But I'm talking about something more serious. Some stuff is very serious. Something very counter force. Something like when you're doing exercise and at the same time you want to eat. And some people are like that. So that's not good. Now, this problem can get very serious and it can contaminate to your friend or family. What happened is you want to jam into people, or somehow you feel people jamming into your life, always trying to boss around or hog around people, or you will hog around people, or they will be controlling what you're doing, stuff like that. You can see that happen, like say at work. Okay, when you're doing something, someone with a lot of more energy, they will always want to come in and then do it with you, and you don't have to do it with them. And it's like, why are you coming over all the time? I just want to finish my work, and then they want to stick around and think, I want to do it together. Like that kind of stuff, okay? That is more. And when you have more energy, you get this more, it's always a problem with something jamming in during the pre to post heaven process, meaning the before to after the creation, that line, okay? Right, going across that line. Meaning that, okay, if I am going to, let's say, I'm going to make a video today at 12 p.m. We're going to start making video 12 p.m. Now, anything before 12 p.m., before I click that button to record, is called pre-heaven, the before creation. After I click that button, that marks the line, and there goes the post-heaven, which is the after creation, okay? So the same pattern applies in life. So if you have like this monergy thing, it's always the problem when you start doing things. It kicks in right after you start. Always like that. When you start to do something, there got to be something that jams in and want to do it with you together. Maybe yourself, maybe someone else. It's always like that. Now, it's good. It's not a big problem at first, say, if you are like eating and then you want to watch TV. That's not going to kill you, right? But it gets serious, if you don't deal with it, it gets serious, and you can attract friends over to distract you. You can be the one distracting others, and that's going to be a problem. So this kind of problem can get very, very serious if you don't treat it. And the problem is, okay, these things are very physical, and it has the property of selfishness. You are always thinking about yourself first. When you have this monergy, it's always like you want to do it, then everyone needs to follow. There are people like that, and it gets very violent as it gets serious, because in the theory of nine steps of how nature creates things. Okay, I talked about this in the other video. This problem happened in the 5, 6, 7 zone. Now what happened is number 5 is right at that line of creation. So when something just start, that is the 5, okay? Now 6 is where it started and start to interact with the outside. Okay, so let's say if I'm going to do a video, number 6 is like when I start to look around and see if I have the equipment and stuff like that. That's number 6 when I'm trying to get it working. Number 7 is the launch, meaning that okay, let's do it. I'm going to go, okay? So number 7, the step number 7 is actually going to get physical, more and more physical. And it builds up from the inside, that little spark of fire inside. You want to do stuff. Now with this monergy very strong inside you, and it gets from the number 6 stage, which is when you are just kind of bossy, mentally annoying, bossy, that kind of person. And then it gets very serious. It gets to the physical point where you get very violent. You want things your way. You want to tear apart people. You want to kick their ass. You want to pull down their chair, stuff like that. And you see some religious craziness. People are getting very violent, and it's pretty famous. Okay, these kind of people, they just go protest and then they burn things, they kill people, whatever. Okay, these kind of stuff. It's a good demonstration of the monergy. It's like, you don't go my way, I'm going to rip you apart. Okay, you have to go my way. And Control freaks. It turns you into control freaks. This is the kind of energy that can make you crazy. And it's really annoying to have that kind of friends around you. They get so bossy, so control freaks, and often get very hot-tempered, violent. And if you don't go their way, you're going to see them really go crazy on you. And it's hard, right? This kind of problem is very serious. If it happened to you or your friend, it's going to get very serious. And you know what? If a family, let's say a family of four, father, mother, son, daughter, if one of them have this kind of problem and it contaminates the energy around, everyone's going to get hot-headed. Everyone's going to get argument. Everyone is going to, want to kill each other. And there are cases where there's a spiritual issue with a family. And it went on the news in Hong Kong. And people actually woke up in the middle of the night, took a cleaver from the kitchen and started chopping the wife for no reason. And he just got mad, instantly. The rage of madness came and he wanted to chop people and he killed the wife. Wow, scary, very scary. And if you don't have anyone around, what happened? Now you deal with yourself. You want to chop yourself. You don't have a target around, you chop yourself or you destroy your home. So that kind of stuff. You see, the monergy is very scary, very scary. And this thing, when you see it, the monergy in terms of the pre-heaven energy, the energy stuff, is usually in the color of blue. Dark blue to bluish, navy blue, that kind of color. And if it gets to the number 7 stage, very, very angry stage, the mad stage, very physical stage, it will start to glow red. Red, blue, not purple, red, blue. And the red is very dark color kind of red, okay? That kind of devilish red color. That's what happened. And you will like blood a lot. If you have the monergy, you like blood all the time. You want to see blood. You want to drink blood, like blood, love blood. Lots of killing. You love killing. That's just the kind of thing that the energy will get you to do these things. It's really scary. Now, next one. Guai. Okay, I got a lecture, the whole lecture, talk about this Guai, ghost. I will try to sum it up again, okay? The Guai is a finished product of one department and it just went down below and it stayed there. This is the Guai, not processed yet, okay? You see, I'm done processing right here, chewing, and it goes down to here, okay? And now, the stuff that just went down is the Guai of this department, okay? Now, if I digest, all these things goes down more into my intestine, the lower system. Now, the lower system stuff, the just arrived citizens in the lower system is the Guai of the middle system. Okay, get it? So the finished product but not processed it yet, those are the Guai, and they stayed there. The Guai stayed there in this department to get digested, processed it, and eventually they move on. Okay? So this is the kind of stuff. When you have Guai issue, usually we say, you 撞鬼, you hit into the ghost. But what happened is, it's not really like a ghost as in the ghost spirit. There's like the kind of energy inside your own energy body system that rush upward. Now the Yu and Mo are often right here and they're coming down too early, or these things are trying to rush down too early. Okay? But with the Guai, it's the stuff from below coming back up. So it's like when you're eating food, you just chew up your food, your potato and stuff like that, all the corn coming in, and they just went down. And they're supposed to stay in the stomach and get digested. Now these things are, and they want to come out. That's what happened, okay? This is the Guai issue. Very scary, okay? So you want to vomit a lot. That's the Guai issue. All of a sudden you want to vomit and stuff. When people have Guai issue, they always burp. Lots of burping. Like that. This is the Guai hei. The coming out, the energy, the chi, the hei of the Guai coming up like this. This is not like the Guai as in, it's a spirit kind of stuff, haunting you. This is your own energy. I'm talking about energy issues. So the same pattern, okay, applies to spirit and also the energies as well. And usually your energy will affect you much more than spiritual stuff. The spiritual stuff, if you don't touch them, touch these things, it won't really come into your life a lot, of like not so common. But if you're dealing with energy issues, that is like everyone, every day you will see these things going on because your energy body is not healthy. Just like saying, okay, I'm not saying that your energy body is all screwed up, but just look at me here, okay? Look, I'm not like those get fit over 40, that kind of shape, okay? As you can see. But everyone have issues. You have some too fat, too skinny, just ask your girlfriend. Sure, no. Lots of problems. Always not happy with the body. Too fat, too skinny, hair falling out, white hair too early, whatever. Because our body is not super healthy. We're not balanced all the time. So we must have some of each type of issues. There might be somewhere too fast, premature stuff coming down. Sometimes there might be, this organ and this organ fighting to work together. Now there might be sometimes there are stuff coming back up and it's trying to suppress itself back down, stuff like that, okay? Sometimes you eat and you always go, and you need some water to help you, okay? So you can see our body, physical body is like that. Now our spiritual body, our energy body is also like that. And those energy in your spiritual body in another dimension that is at the same location, okay? So we're like Photoshop layer. Layer A is like this energy body. Layer B is this guy, okay? So the layer A energy body side of you, if it doesn't flow as it should, you will have those yu mo guai guai, that kind of energy coming here or there. It will affect you. And your physical body will do weird things. And you will think and feel weird things. So this Guai energy, this ghost energy, okay? The property of ghost energy or Guai energy, they are often in the black to gray energy color properties, okay? So their properties in terms of, like, if you look at their energy color, they're often like grayish to blackish. If they're very deadly, they will be very blackish color, okay? The Guai color. Now, what happened is, the energy of blackish, the more powerful it is, the darker it gets, okay? So those things, these energy, the property of Guai is that they sucks up light. They have the ability to suck up light. Now, what is light? Not like these light around me, okay? Light as in anything that is done and like success, finished product, that kind of stuff is light. Something that you produce, like the power that you produce is light. So say if you have Guai energy coming up from the lower system and up here, okay? Now these Guai energy will suck up the light from the middle section, which is in your energy body, the layer A, okay? This section is going to be sucked up. So the power in this section is going to weaken, which is your heart, your thinking, your intention. So people with Guai energy, with the Guai energy coming up, too much Guai in their body, what happened is they will have a lot of dumb action, dumb ideas, stupid. They get stupid. And then they get what? They get lazy. They get careless. They get always don't want to do things, always lazy. And then they want to suck in light. So what happened is they are getting greedy. They want to steal. They want to rob. They want, not rob, sorry. Rob is when you have Guai and more together. It's a combination of both. Now, just with the Guai energy, they want to steal. They want to be cheap ass. They want to always, hide in the dark. They want to, not only like dark as is like no light kind of dark, but always the dark side of things, kind of evil kind of mindset. That kind of mindset, they get into this habit of wanting to talk behind people's back, all these hidden stuff, all these villain kind of action. So they want to go to like disco, pub, whatever, and then talk behind people, gossip, things like that. They want to have a very dark life, fancy dark life, stuff like that. Now, Guai also have this property. Not only that they will want to suck in light, but they are actually a force, a pushing dynamic force, like the force of a black hole. They like to suck in things, push things around, and then digest things. Digest meaning to break down things. So with the Guai around, Guai energy too high in your house, you always see things break. Like always break things here, break things there. Somehow they just don't last very long. You see electronics broken, the door broken, this broken. When you go in the house, everything is broken. A lot of Guai energy there, okay? So that's why. Now with yourself, you will have broken things, meaning that, twist my arm. Oh, twist my finger. Oh, I tripped. A lot of accidents, a lot of these things that will cause you danger, injuries, pain, all this problem. And then, you know what? When you get yourself broken down a lot, not only that, okay, but also your financial state. Look at that. It's going to get broken down. And so that means that you're going to get more poor and poor and more poor. And then you're going to get bankrupt and stuff like that. That is a lot of Guai energy haunting you because it affects the way you think. It affects the way your mind works. And then you will think that, oh, this is very logical, this is very logical, this is very logical. And you get very greedy, like gambling. You know, with the Guai issue, people like to gamble, like to put things out and then try to pull in things like a black hole. They want to get more, get more, get more. It's always not enough. And then end up, they will be poor, bankrupt, things like that. So with the Guai energy, it's always like that. And you are always like a pushing force, like a dynamic force, like wind. You always want to blow wind. What I mean by blow wind is like you want to say stuff to make people follow your way. You want to move people. You want to influence people all the time. You want to be the mover kind of guy. You want to be the guy who can, say something and then everyone follows your way. That is a Guai. Now, some of the people have so much Guai energy, they become a huge activist, leader of a big social group, and they like to push around the world. They want to push around and they enjoy the power of pushing and controlling things. They don't have to control, they just want to push and then see all the stuff in their hand, in their power, being broken down, being digested, being controlled by them and played by them. Like this is a blender and he or she is the one blending everything. Wow. That kind of feeling. This is the Guai energy issue. Okay, so the last one is Guai. Now what is Guai? Guai is below Guai. Now what is Guai? Guai is weird in Chinese. Like very weird. Weird looking. Why is it weird? It's because Guai is something that is already processed by your system, and it got out of the system. Not like Guai that is stayed below. Now these things are goner. They are like done. Supposed to go to another place and cycle. Now when those things go back to your system will look at it and go like, oh, that is so weird. That is why it's Guai. Now Guai is like when people are all of a sudden they're trying to eat poop. That is very weird, right? Whenever there are things that is already done and it got picked up by the system again, that is the Guai. This pattern will happen with your energy body. And what happened is your energy body is supposed to take in new element that is not yet processed, of course, and takes in from the top, goes in here, and it processes through your system and goes out the bottom. And then it will take in new things again like that. Just like how planet Earth, the magnetic field works. Okay? Pretty alike. Now, if you have Guai issue, what happened is the stuff that just got out of your body got sucked back in. Now that is Guai. Okay? Now these things will trigger up the Guai and the Guai together. Because the Guai basically stays down below and your Guai comes up. So basically they will kind of blend and you will have a mix of both. So what happened is, it's just like in real life, okay, when the physical life, when someone have Guai energy, the Guai issue, they will always like to bring something that is like passed away back in. something very weird. Like these people like to talk about the past, something that it's already gone, it's done, and they always want to pick it back up. And these people will like to pick up garbage. They will like to pick up things that is already trash to human being, and they want to take it. They want to steal garbage. Look, Guai and Gwaai. Guai like to steal. Guai just like the garbage. If you just have Guai, you don't want to steal. You just like garbage. Maybe you like to collect garbage. But if you have Gwai and Gwaai together, now combine the both, you have the stealing and then you have the love for garbage. And now you will really love to go to these garbage places and start stealing stuff. Or what I know before, there are people who actually like to go to the donation box and then start to steal stuff from the donation box. And those things are not for normal people. Come on, those are for donation people, like the poor people who need stuff. And these people might be rich, but they, like, not rich, but maybe rich. Maybe they are okay, average, they have a job. And they will want to go to these places and take stuff. True story is a university professor doing it. It's crazy. And then, they have a salary, they have money, but they just want to go to these places and steal. And it's so weird. You don't know why. That is why. Gwaai energy. Lots of Gwaai energy in them. Not healthy. And these people will love things that is like a byproduct of our world. For example, if you look at some religion and occult, they will love to use bones, skeletons of dead people, dead animals. These are byproducts of this world. We don't keep bones. We don't keep skeletons. We don't keep that kind of stuff. I mean, like, look, if you're a hunter, okay, you have like those deer head, that kind of decoration at home. Okay, well, you're a hunter. That's different, okay? That is like your kind of pride, okay? It's different. I'm talking about those people who do magic and stuff. They can choose a better kind of medium, but, they will go and steal people's bones. Crazy. If you are wondering what kind of magic is this is like the stuff going on in Thailand, Malaysia, stuff like that. Usually the Thailand monks, Thai Buddhist monks, they do it a lot. They have a black market there. And people go to these graveyards to steal the bones from the graveyard. They dig up graveyard in the dark, and then they steal, and then they sell them for a high price. Usually they get the skull and chop them in pieces, and then they will sell like that kind of size. And it can range from thousands of dollars up to hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on who did it and how reliable it is and who processed the skull and the stuff. It's disgusting. And these things are super evil. People who do these things, they will get a very bad life, very bad health, and they will get very, what we call, mind fucked. It's really screwed up. And that's the problem with Gwaai energy. When you have a lot of these things built up, you don't clear it up, okay, then what happens is, in your real life, you have this kind of mindset going on, and your mind gets very screwed up. As you can see, it's always the byproduct, something that you don't want, people don't want, you want it. Those kind of energy attracts, okay? So if you have a friend who always asks you, hey, do you have anything you don't need? Can you give me? You know this friend is full of these Gwaai energy. It's going to be a bad idea to keep this friend like this around you, because he will suck you up. He will suck you up. These people are going to want everything that people around them don't want. And they will want to force you to not want things. Oh, by the way, you have this computer? Wow, you should get a new one. You know why? The new one is much better. And then you can give me this one. You have a new one already. Give me the old one. You see that? Exactly what can happen. And these friends are so weird-minded too, because all they think is, people don't want, they take it, it's not a waste. Wow, how nice. I'm like recycling. I'm so green. I'm so loving. I'm so good to nature. I'm just doing good things. I'm not wasting stuff. Well, the problem is you're weird. this to a meal, okay? You're eating, okay? And then we're done. So we're done, okay? And all the bones and stuff goes to the table, and then the waiter come and take it away. Now these people were like, hey, what are you doing to that piece of chicken? It's not done yet. And they would pick. Oh my, that is so weird. Everyone look. Oh. Oh. You don't even want to watch, you know. That is the kind of energy that makes people crazy and act like that. That is the Guai energy. Okay? And basically what happened is because your own energy body poops the energy out and is supposed to cycle back to nature, and you get new element that is supposed to be what you need in and processed again. Now your energy body is screwed up. There's a leak or there's a hole, whatever, and it just sucks back in. So it's like your energy body is trying to poop out energy, and it sucks back in, and then it sticks on with the Gwai, the ghost energy, and it pumps up to the heart. And then what happened is these Gwai and Guai comes up to the heart. It affects your intention, thinking, whatever you do, you're going to get screwed up. So that's what happened. And basically now, after all these you, more Gwai, Guai, the fifth type is pretty extra. This is called Ling. Ling is the word for, usually people call Ling Tai or whatever, okay, Ling. Ling is a very hard to understand word in Chinese. Even Chinese will have issue understanding what it means. Now, Ling is like this. It's always a middle agent. It's like a bridge, okay? When, let's say I'm a stick here, okay? Like a branch. I have two ends. A side have some weight. B side have something else. Now, when this side move, you can see this side also move, okay? Now, I am the Ling of the two. You see? I'm like the middle agent that can bring the effect from this to this, okay? So, when I'm good, doing good, this side and this side is supposed to have equivalent cause and effect balance, very balanced, okay? Now, if you have some weird issues going on, some evil issues going on with your own Ling, okay, your own Ling, sun, what we call the Ling. The sun is the body that is between your energy essence body, like your spiritual energy body, and your physical body. The transmission between the two. Some stuff in there is going reverse flow. Okay, so your body is supposed to flow out and go back to your spiritual body. Your spiritual body is going to go into you, and it's supposed to cycle like this. Now you have this stuff from the energy body going to you. You're supposed to go like that, but in the middle there's a problem. This thing is going to go and crashes. And what happened is the bridge, the middle agent, is not working. So you have issues bringing your potential to reality. You always feel your life is stuck. You have issues, you have things jamming in the middle, always in the middle. And if you have this issue, okay, you always have problems making things happen, bringing what's in your mind to reality. You have issues doing that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the color, spiritual energy color of the Guai is often in the what we call the D5, the number 5 stage. So it's often a yellowish, earthy color. Okay, that kind of stuff, like shit color. Sometimes it's a little bit whiter, a little bit more vivid yellow. Okay, so that kind of color. Anyway, let's go back to the to the other one. So the Ling is often like that, the middle agent kind of stuff, and you always have issues in the middle of things. When you're trying to make something happen, bring out a message to people, there's always a problem. So this kind of problem, when you have the Ling issue, you have issues communicating with other people. Because why? Because from A to B, in the middle, there's some jam. And when you mean something, you say it out. You mean something. Like you mean, I want to treat you to dinner. Okay, you say it out, and then somehow the other party always get the other kind of weird messages. Like after you say it, they always thought in the mind, they will have this reaction of, why do you want to take me out? It's so weird. They will always think of something else that is not what's in your mind. And you said what's in your mind, but it just didn't get delivered through. The words are the same, but the feeling is not the same. When they feel your word, you say, when I say, hello, good morning, and then sometimes, if it's well done, okay, the middle agent is good, they will get my good intention, and they're, hi, very happy. If the middle agent is bad, it's not working. What happened is, hello, good morning, and they go, okay, so what's next? This guy's so weird. Like that, okay? So this is not working because they don't feel your heart. The middle agent is not bringing this to the other party. That's what happened. So as you can see, we have 5 different types of evil energy pattern. And these things can happen in energy, which is your own energy body malfunctioning, creating these evil energy that will screw up the pattern of your energy body, and eventually it leads to, not eventually, it's instantly, it leads to physical body's issue. Physical world, you will see these patterns happen in real life. Now that is all energy issues, not like some other spirit in another world trying to haunt you. It's yourself, that your energy body is not healthy. It's not operating and doing what it's supposed to do as what it's supposed to do. So it's like our digestive system is malfunctioning and you get fat, right? So the same thing happened with this energy body of you. When it's not functioning and cycling the energy properly, what happened is you got these you, mo, guai, guai, ling. All these 5 things will have different kind of like problems, okay? More severe or less. And so you will see these patterns happen in your real life. Just like what I said, okay? Like the premature speeches and stuff like that, okay? You will see that happen in life. And often it's a mix of everything. Like you have a bit of this, bit of this, bit of that. We're not perfect. So you won't really have one issue. You have few issues at the same time. And, you know, as a Taoist master, exorcist, our job is to analyze and be able to tell what's the problem with this person. When they claim they have spiritual issue, you see, look at them and you can already see what happened because I see the pattern of how this person is behaving in real life. Then you can really analyze and already see energy-wise you have these issues. Now, talking about the spirits though, there are spirits like beings in another dimension, another world that can also fall into these categories. Okay, so if you understand how nature really works, not like how science said how the universe is born, okay? Well, I'm talking about the dimensions, different layers in this world is formed. So it's like this world is formed, and then there's another layer on top, and another layer on top. So this layer, you don't see the layer before you. And it just keep growing layers and layers, like how orange grow, and it gets bigger and bigger, and there's more layer growing out. Okay? So the layer on the surface cannot see the layer underneath. The layer underneath cannot see the layer right here. It's like that. Okay? Just keep going outward. Now, these spirits that I'm talking about are the stuff in the other layers that can actually go into this world and jam into your energy body. Okay, so it's like if you have other dimensions. In the other dimension, there are like spirits or beings or stuff. They are trying to jam into our world. What happened is they might become the you or the mo or the guai, the guai of us, of our world, depending on where they are. So if you see human, we are right here. Okay, something from above that is supposed to come down and become human later on. They didn't. They just came right in. Now they become the you or the mo of the human. Now human died or the animal died to go downward. And if these things just come back up, they become the Guai or the Gwaai of our system. So it depends. And of course, to understand all these things, is require a lot more knowledge and stuff about how the structure of these layers and stuff works. But the main point is, okay, there are spirits, things, beings, living beings in other worlds that can also act like our Yu, Mo, Guai, Guai, Ling, and these stuff. And they can interact and jam into our life too if you actually fall for their scams, or if you're a victim of some kind of evil magic, stuff like that. Now these things can happen and give you great impact. And not only that, you can be harmed by these things, but also your own energy body can produce energy of these types. Now the problem is, if you have a lot of these eunergy, monergy, all these whatever energy, okay, all these energy, if you have a lot of these energy don't just stay in you. They are in your energy body, and your energy body will give off pollution. So people around you will start acting like this because they will pick up stuff from you. This is what we call the evil crab pollution. When you go to social, you go to school, you go to work, you have to be around human beings, and people are not perfect. So if you're around some very asshole people and they have all these energy in them, what happens is you picked up and you get slowly you get influenced by them, energy body influence, and then you will act like them, you will speak like them and stuff like that. If you have a friend that is very bad and you stay around them for a while and you keep copying their action, how they act, how they talk, you know that is a big contamination coming your way. It's really not a good idea. So, how do we deal with these things? Spirit, energy, whatever it is, it's a problem to us. So how do we deal with it, right? You can't control that much. You have to go to work. You cannot just stay in a cave or something and just stay there and expect nothing to happen. So what happened is you have to cultivate and do your daily cleanup. That's what we do with the Taoist magic, whatever magic you want to call this, Chinese magic, in our lineage. When you learn this stuff, you will do daily cleanup. And then monthly, we have a bigger cleanup for the house. And then basically by doing that daily, you balance your system. You clean out your negative stuff, your not good stuff, and you get the cycle more healthy. And as it goes, okay, you do more and more of these cultivation, it balances the whole system, and it makes your energy body healthy. It's like every day, if you do a little bit of exercise, you eat better, and you drink tea or whatever, it just makes your body more healthy. That's what magic is supposed to do. When we cultivate daily, you have to take care of yourself, the energy body of yourself, and then the energy of your house, your altar, other stuff, and that's what makes the magic practitioner different from a normal person, because our energy is very different. We are trained, we're professional in this thing. We know these things exist, and we keep our energy body at the best condition possible, so that we won't be controlled by these energy issues. We won't be screwed up by them, and our life is more in control, in our own hands. At least we know that our brain is functioning, our mind is functioning 100% as what we should be, and not being affected by these nonsense right here, trying to get us going the wrong direction. So you can say practicing the magic that we teach in our lineage is a good idea to get your life more in control by yourself. At least what you do is what you really want to do, and you're not being screwed by all these things. And it gets you a healthier life, healthier mental state, and basically you don't pollute your friends and stuff. Even if your friends are polluting you, they cannot pollute you a lot, because you see every day you're doing these things, every day you clean up, everything you detox, and you clean out your system. They're not going to really accumulate. But if you don't, things are going to accumulate, and it's going to snowball up, bigger, and bigger. And eventually, you know what? When it snowballs up enough and you don't detox, things is going to burst, and you're going to be the next virus generator. Very scary. So our world is indeed full of evils, and everyone have some kind of stuff. Not that they need to worship something weird or into some kind of occult. Even just a normal asshole neighbor who have no magic background, their energy is already enough to screw you up just because they exist. So being a magic practitioner, you have the advantage to defend yourself from these pollution, and you can defend your house, your property from this pollution. And even like if your neighbor is passing through these energy pollution, you can block it off because you have your altar, your tool, and your magic power. You're doing your stuff to defend yourself. Okay, so this is the point of this video. At least I explain all these types of stuff and what they are. So being a true exorcist in this thing, okay, this magic thing, what we deal with all the time is these kind of stuff. Sometimes it's a real spirit, sometimes it's just energy stuff. Now, even with the energy stuff, when people are being affected, they can see visuals and illusions that will lead them to think that it's a spirit, but it's actually energy. What they see is a fake visual that represents these energy in the pre-heaven dimensions, and they can lead people to getting crazy and stuff like that because they will create their own illusion, like what we say, creating your own demon in the heart. So you get your own thing created here, and then you just kill yourself. So knowing these magic that we teach is a big advantage over people who don't have magic power and don't know how to do these things. At least, even when you start, at least you're aware of it, and at least you know how to defend yourself and your house and your family from these things, and your life is much more stable, much more in control. So, okay, so basically that's it for this video. Hope you like it. Remember to share, subscribe, like, and don't forget to go to my other channel, Yat Dragon, to continue watching the other talk show. See you next time.